was a clip from the new movie, Black Klansman, and we are so happy to have the star of the film, John David Washington, here with us. Welcome to Undisputed.
Welcome. Thank you for
joining us.
Awesome.
I want to get started with asking you about Spike Lee, because the film was directed by him, and I'm just curious about your first conversation when he brought up this project and how he got you on board.
Yeah, so I'm in Cincinnati on location. I'm doing another film, and I get a text from him saying, "Yo, this Spike, call me." Now, I've never heard from Spike via cell phone or any other devices for that matter. So I thought it was worth investigating, even if it was a prank. I mean, I got to try. So I called him. I'm like, "Hello?" And he's like, "Yo, this Spike." I was like, "What up, Spike?" So he's like whispering now, like, I got a story. First black detective, Colorado Springs, KKK. Infiltrates. Now I'm thinking like this is like the Dave Chappelle skit. I think I've heard this before. It's like, true story. He kept saying, it's a true story. I'm gonna send you a book. Where you staying again? Cincinnati. I bet. He sends me the book. I read it. I go berserk. I can't believe this is real. This happened. I call him back like, this is incredible, Spike. You know, I still don't know what he wants with me, but like, I think you should. I feels like you should do this. He was like, so you want to do it? I was like, yeah. He's like, bet. See you this summer.
Wow.
That was it.
Gives me the chills.
Me and this guy go back a long way. Back in Atlanta, we used to train. I had just retired, and he was at Morehouse. And the guy that trained me for the better part of my career, Roadman, was his trainer. And we used to go to the track and do the workouts that I did a lot in the summer. And I wasn't gonna tell anybody because I didn't really, really need to share this. But you could tell her what happened on that track, though.
That you were a great teacher, he taught me how to stretch, and just be confident in myself. Is that what you want me to tell him?
No, you go. Don't tell Skip the rest of it.
Okay.
Is there a race involved?
I don't recall. I don't recall.
There was no straight up racing, but we ran in a group. And let's just say that, who was in the front of the group and who was like a couple of,
you're saying the guy in the front of the group was the one who ran the 4.840 for the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, we had to run a lot of sprints. We had to run like 300s and 200s and 150 and 100. It was back in good old times.
It's just about examples. He was just giving us great advice.
I didn't want to leave
communication.
I didn't want to leave him too far behind.
So speaking of your football dream, you did hang on to yours for quite a while because you went undrafted out of Morehouse. You hold all the records at Morehouse as a running back. But you went undrafted, then you wind up on the practice squad of the St. Louis Rams at that point. You go to the Rhine Fire, NFL Europe, and then you wind up in Sacramento playing for the Mountain Lions, and you stay for 4 years. So you were clinging to your dream, right?
It was my source of independence. I had this like kind of rebellious quest of independence. So I used that kind of anxiety, anxiousness, and really resentment due to people thinking that this is like some sort of inheritance or, this nepotism or whatever. Football didn't serve that. They didn't care who my father was.
I did not.
So I would endure the broken ribs, the concussions, and the tears. Just so I can prove people that I'm my own man. So I played for the great Denny Green, and I did hold on. I held on strong because I wanted to keep proving myself. Now that's bad fuel. There's no longevity in that kind of motivation, as I realize now. But it was worth it then. And when I got a real opportunity, my first start in the UFL, when I got a real opportunity, I rushed for $125 and a touchdown, got player of the week that week. So God told me that you can do this. You're good enough. But, got to pull you out now.
So how did you get pulled out? Because the league finally folded in October of your 4th year, right?
Yeah. Like 3 games in. I mean, we were making substitute teacher salaries. But so we were trying to, you were there for the craft. You were there to get that opportunity. I think Sendejo's still playing. He was a teammate of mine. He was safety for the Vikings. But so there's a lot of guys with great stories. And so I got pulled out, though. I was training, trying to hang on. I knew really I didn't have a shot. I'm 29 years old at running back. That's not sexy, you know what I mean? With really no film. You know how it goes. So besides practice squad film, which the Rams won't give me. I would like to say, can I get that practice squad film?
Really? I would love to see that.
You do it work
on Wednesdays?
You doing what? You put work in?
Boy, and then they blow the whistle. But anyway, I was training and I heard this in my Achilles. Gone. I saw this little worm in my calf. I was like, again, I was hoping that it's just a strain. I could still work out, and it was over. That was great, though, because that segued me into football, into acting. A friend of mine, who's now my agent, told me about this Ballers audition. Football players, you can do this. And I told him, while I was on pain pills and everything, medication, I like to train, study first, and then get into it. He's like, no, learn how to fail in this. and you can train at the same time. You're not going to get the job, so just learn what it's like to audition and fail. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that because I've been getting turned down in auditions. So I know what it feels like. Wow. So, and I ended up getting the job 10 auditions later. Yeah.
Interesting. So, one question about your father. We all know who your father is.
He loves you guys. Since you bring it up, he made sure I told you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The character he plays in The Equalizer, Robert McCall.
McCall, yeah.
Is seen, especially in the second Equalizer, as a father figure and a mentor.
Right.
How much of that guy, that character, was the real guy when you were the oldest son growing up?
Oh, man. He you know, love has many different languages. Many different languages. So he was a great motivator in a lot of ways, and he led by example. I say this all the time. My mom taught me how to love. He taught me how to hunt. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so that I appreciate for the rest of my life. You know, so yeah, I mean, there's some moments in that film that I get flashbacks on, sure, in my own life, but I'm thankful for it.
Define hunt.
Yeah, like what I'm doing now. Yeah. Why I was, you know, playing through all those injuries. Why I got my own scholarship. You know, why I was able to make my own money and you know, practice squad money, but still my own. That's what I mean by hunting. You know, getting a role like this where he had nothing to do with.
He didn't have any.
You know, like that's what I mean by hunting.
Good. You really would have preferred to have been a professional athlete and not go down this path. That way you would have never had to worry about someone saying Denzel's son in this genre.
Well, I got to tell you honestly, man, Shannon, I wanted to do this my whole life.
You wanted to be an actor?
I wanted to be an actor my whole life. I saw my father do Shakespeare in the Park when I was 4 years old in New York. You know, I was the winter of our discontent. He used to say the lines while walking. You know, I keep a Shakespeare monologue on me at all times. I loved it. And my mom, classically trained pianist, went to Juilliard. I know they're artists, but it's about the process. They're always about the craft. And his ascension into the industry, we were getting treated differently, the fame and all that stuff. And that's when I started being more reserved and like filtering that through football. But I wanted to do this my whole life.
The thing is, Skip, that I love about John David is that the whole while, if you didn't know, you would have never known who his father was.
I wouldn't know now.
Because not one time did he ever mention, not one time did he like, oh, man, I'm good. If I don't get, you know, Pop's got this. He was on time. He showed up. He trained hard. He did everything that we asked him to do. And I'm like, he can go places.
Yep. Now, some serious sessions too with Road Man. Man.
Well, you know how
workouts. 100, let's go, right?
That's it. Hey, run the rack.
Right, man. Shoot.
But to see you it's funny because I don't know if I've ever seen someone that I've known before he did that. Now, Skip, we've had a lot of guys come on here and we see him in movies, but he's the first guy that I've actually known before he became this. So to see him and to be happy and to be proud, like, man, I know, dude.
I like that. Back in the day, man.
JD, dude on camera for real. It's a great feeling.
Thank you.
The only way I think of Denzel is every once in a while in that voice I hear a little bit. A little bit of.
I didn't notice it. I never noticed it when he was when I saw him 12, 13 years ago. But as I listened to him in the movie and I look at his mannerisms now.
And I'm not trying to deny it or hide it. This is who I am. I'm not trying to, be like him, obviously, but I'm my own person, though.
Let's talk sports.
Yes, sir.
You grew up in Los Angeles. I assume you're a Laker fan.
Look at the color he got on.
Correct assumption, sir.
So,
Showtime Lakers, baby.
How far will LeBron's Lakers go this year?
I think we're playoff bound automatically. You know, I think with the right pieces, everybody's young and capable. I've seen them do more with less, you know, so, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Were you very excited when you heard the news?
I was almost in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was real. But, yeah, when it happened, of course I was excited. You know, I'm ready to go. And just bring that culture back, that winning culture, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Are you surprised how much criticism and blowback LeBron receives?
I mean, he's history, like one of the just greatest athletes off the court, like what he's doing, you know, and how he's exemplifying being a leading man, if you will, in that industry. He should get more credit than that. Listen, people are going to talk what they're going to believe, what they're going to believe, but he's doing the work. He's putting it down. So,
So did you grow up a Kobe fan, I'm guessing?
I grew up a Lakers fan. Of course, I love Kobe. I love Shaq. I wish could have got more out of that, but we got a lot out of it. But like me personally, I was Showtime Lakers. That rivalry. Also because of the Bird and the Celtics, like that rivalry was just amazing to me. I mean, they used to be in there fighting. That was so cool.
Would you say you're more Magic than Kobe?
I'm probably gonna get a lot of blowback from this,
right.
but yeah, I am. I am. Yeah,
good.
I am. I mean, change the game, man. Like the actual no look pass. You know, sometimes they look, then it was a real no look pass. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
Can you see how some hardcore Laker fans are going to hang on to Kobe versus LeBron?
Yes, they should. You know, Kobe. We got a lot of great memories attached to Kobe in that time. And I mean, that was a 20-point deficit in the fourth quarter with the Blazers. Was it 15 or 20? I mean, I remember exactly where I was when that happened. I mean, but that's Kobe and Shaq's legacy. And then Kobe did it with Powell, you know, as well. But again, Magic, Worthy, Scott, Green, the great Kareem, like those. I mean, to me, what they did for the game. You know what I mean?
They do know LeBron is coming, not to try to erase Kobe's legacy.
Right. I hope so. But people ever get personal about like their bands or their favorite rapper, like it's theirs. You know? Like,
you're right.
But you know, so if you want to, you know, if you ever want to go back,
feel about LeBron. So
but I will be willing to give you a rematch. So anytime you want to come out to one of these local high schools and we want to do a couple 200s.
We want to talk 200? What do you mean? Like run 200?
Run!
No,
I think somebody be talking to him.
I get it.
I'm waiting to ask you all day for that.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, if you would like to, sir, we can do that.
Do you realize he just turned 50 years of age?
Congratulations.
Hey, I don't look like it, do.
You look great.
Yeah, he know.
The moisturizer's working.
That has been great for Shannon.
Good to see you, dog.
John David, thank you for